Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
And good afternoon out there, everyone. Welcome to your #1 source for Native American television news, Native News Today. I'm Jason Salzman, your host, from here in the Muskogee Media Studios in Altmulgee. Want to get you ready for a great episode we have this week. It is the inauguration special as we celebrate the inauguration of our second chief, Lewis Hicks, and our new principal chief, Mr. James Floyd, as he takes over the 4th largest tribe in America from his stead as the Veterans Affairs Hospital Director there in Muskogee, now leading the Muskogee Creek Nation on into the next 4 years. So big event there at the Muskogee Dome this past weekend. Can't wait to show you all the sights and sounds from that. And sort of make it to where you could see the inaugurations of both the second chief and the principal chief and their addresses as if you were there. So if you didn't have a chance to catch it in person or on our live stream, we know a lot of you did. We want to thank all of you out there that watch our online channel, that subscribe to our online channel, that are up to date on all of our weekly reports and our updates that come through that channel. And as we saw from our analytics on there, a lot of views, a lot of people tuning into the live stream. Thank you for that. We know that our hard work wasn't in vain, and we hope that you enjoyed that production. Also, the National Council being sworn in this last weekend with 3 new members, Rufus Scott, Randall Hicks, and Mr. Dale Beaver. So congratulations to all of them, but especially all of the people now. We want to pray for them as they are in charge of our nation, making decisions, making the tough leadership responsibilities. So with that being said, here is our first inauguration of the second chief, followed by his inauguration address, Mr. Lewis Hicks.
Now for the swearing in of administrative officers for the Muskogee Nation. I give you Chief Justice Adams. Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Adams. I'm the Chief Justice of the Muskogee Nation Supreme Court. It's a great honor and a privilege and a blessing to serve in that capacity, and it's an honor and a privilege to see sovereignty at work for the great Muskogee Nation this morning. So if I could have Mr. Lewis Hicks come up and be sworn in, please, as the second chief. If you'd raise your right hand, please. I, Lewis Hicks, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Second Chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation, and I will, to the best of my ability, uphold the Constitution of the Muskogee Creek Nation. Congratulations.
Lewis Hicks. Monaraichi, Maraido. Stimasco Rani, Idawani, Inmeko, sa hopkola, mehenmosen, sa vastalis, momen, stimaskogi dawa, imahava, imbarava, anyikchida, angithida, o magusan, ajayi javis. Congratulations.
Mr. James Floyd.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Second Chief will do his inaugurational address.
Good morning. And welcome. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that in the past month, 2 months, we've had a lot of misfortunes in our deaths of our people. And today we have another, as somebody mentioned a while ago. And I just want to say that all of our thoughts and prayers go out to these families. It's a great day to me, Muskogee. It's an honor for me to be standing up here before you to give this address. To the leaders of the great state of Oklahoma, to the leaders of all other tribal nations, to our royalties, to our mikos of our ceremonial grounds, to our pastors of churches, and to you, Muskogee Creek citizens, thank you for being here. Sometimes we forget, I guess you could say we can't see the forest for the trees, and sometimes we forget some of the people that are closest and dearest to us, and that's our family, and I want to thank my family for being here and for their support. And they're all sitting over here, so thank you. Election is over, and the citizens are spoken. It's now time to go to work, get prepared, and move forward in a direction that we can serve our nation better. I know that there's going to be disagreements, there's going to be challenges, there's going to be adversities, but these things we're going to meet head on with tactfulness, be courteous, and be respectful. Our history tells us that it started in Georgia and Alabama. We must never forget our ancestors who endured the horrific, so that we could be here today. While on that trail, our ancestors carried with them our foundation of life. Our ceremonial and religious beliefs, our fires and our songs, our language, basically our culture. These things we still we're extremely proud of, and we want to build on those foundations. I mentioned the language a while ago. For those of you that speak the language, thank you very much. hopefully we can lean upon you to teach the speaking, and not only the speaking, but the writing and the reading. This is something that we need to preserve, something that doesn't need to be lost. And again, we're going to lean on you to help us out. Now that we've elected a new principal chief and several new National Council members, we've got an excellent assembly of people that are dedicated, confident, competent, and I think now we can relax and be excited all at the same time. Our new elected principal chief, Chief James Floyd, is one who can be believes in our government, its leadership, and mostly our citizens. And through a cooperative effort, we can create a stronger, honorable, and viable nation. This cooperation with employees, other governmental agencies, and citizens can only mean one thing: success. Speaking on behalf of Chief Floyd and myself, the endeavors that we've taken in the past, whatever they may have been, and if there was any successes in those endeavors, we can't say we've done it ourselves. The successes have been made through people that we've surrounded ourselves with, good people, intelligent people, and people that have really wanted to make it work. And I've got to give credit to those people. You know, success doesn't come with the word I or me. Success comes from the word us and we. And we always need to remember that. I want to thank the staff and the volunteers who put on this event today. They've done a great job. They've done an amazing job. But, you know, before I quit, there's one other group of people that I would like to recognize and thank, and that's our veterans. These people have sacrificed and served our country so that we can have that freedom that we have today. Thank you very much. Lastly, God our Creator, bless this great United States of ours. Bless our elders, for they're very, very precious to us. Bless our young people. They're our future. And God our Creator, especially bless our Muscogee Creek citizens and the great Muskogee Nation. Mado.
My pleasure to invite Chief Justice Adams up for the swearing in.
Mr. James Floyd, please come up. Yep. Please raise your right hand, please, sir. I, James Floyd,
I, James Floyd,
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of the Principal Chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation and I will, to the best of my ability, uphold the Constitution of the Muskogee Creek Nation. Congratulations.
I probably can't top the second chief's speech, but I'll do my best. I too want to welcome everyone here this morning, our fellow citizens of the nation, our invited guests, other tribal leaders, our royalty, our Mikos, our pastors and ministers, and other governmental leaders. Welcome. As we gather here this morning, I'd like to begin by recognizing my family that has continuously loved and supported me. My mother, Margaret, my wife, Carol, her dad, Jim, our son, Jacob, our daughter, Erin, and her husband, Lloyd, as well as the rest of my family that's here. Welcome. Thank you. I too especially want to recognize the sacrifice of all the men and women who have worn the uniform in service to our country. We can draw great strength from the sacrifices of our warriors who have defended our country, have always bravely served. I have the deepest respect for the men and women who have served and continue to serve our country today. Thank you. I stand here today knowing the strength of our Muskogee people comes from a lineage of family, faith, tradition, religion, community, and government that has survived through generations of adversity, tragedy, and trauma. We carry with us the memory of the traumatic time in our history when we were forced to leave our ancestral homelands, forced to march under extreme conditions the 1,200 miles to Indian Territory, losing many loved ones along the way. I know that through the bearing of this atrocity emerged the strength and resilience that guided our grounds leaders at great risk to carry the sacred fires and reestablish our grounds, our religion, and our traditions within the new lands. We rebuilt the political institutions and again exerted our sovereignty. Businesses were opened and our nation prospered. The survival of our families from the homelands to Indian Territory depended upon our ability to adapt to a new environment and persevere through adversity. Those sacrifices are not lost upon me today. I would not be where I am today without the influence and teachings of elders throughout my life. I would like to recognize the efforts of all elders as well, and the continuing influence that they have upon me. Respect for our elders is a way of life for our people. My parents, my grandparents, as well as other elders have been living examples, that same resilience of overcoming adversities experienced in their lives. The benefit of the support from these elders throughout my life is immeasurable. We must commit to find and nurture ways to cultivate a spirit of love and respect for one another, especially our elders. With each new generation, the knowledge of our past and cultural traditions is essential. I also know that I am here because of the many supporters and voters who may have held differing views, yet have come together to work for a better Muskogee nation. This does not mean we will always agree on everything, but we can agree that we need to be better. The use of the strength of our ancestors to become better, we must first recognize the state of our nation, to honestly assess those things that can be done to put our nation in a better position. We must return to our basic core values of remembering that our tribal government is here to serve our citizens. I believe it is good to own property, but better to own and preserve our traditional lands, churches, sacred and historical sites, and to provide adequate housing to our citizens. It is good to build businesses, but better to ensure investments and contracts are above board, profitable, and accountable. Good to provide jobs, but better to help build rewarding careers throughout the nation. Good to operate a college, but better to make sure training is available throughout our nation. Good to build healthcare facilities, but better to provide timely, quality care to our citizens in an organized healthcare system. Good to provide services to families who live here, but also to seek access to local, state, and federal resources for our citizens wherever they may live. Good to communicate among the departments of our tribe, but better to also communicate with communities and citizens throughout the country. Being better, after all, will be our priority from this day forward in the way that we provide services fairly to all with respect to one another. We must also work together to be unified, and we start today as we held the inauguration together with the National Council. My career started with the Muskogee Nation. I started work at probably the lowest level within the tribe. I was here when we approved the Constitution, when we opened our hospital and clinics, and when we first started gaming. I knew then we had the ability to be great, and I know that we can elevate our nation, not just in how the systems work, but in our dignity, respect, compassion, and care for each other. As our administration begins, we know the road ahead will be tough. However, I am strengthened by many great people. Second Chief Lewis Hicks believes, as I do, that we are servants to our citizens. We will work together as a team. We will lead from the front. We will embrace our traditions, our ceremonies, our religions, and our communities, and will keep them close to us as we move forward. We will stand on the shoulders of those before us who have sacrificed during times of despair, endured during times of trauma, and adapted to changing environments to ensure that we didn't just survive, we thrived. My hope is, united by a common bond, that we will all strengthen each other by remembering that our past is the greatest teacher for our future. May we always be blessed by our efforts. May our Maker always guide us in the right direction, and may He always bless us as a great nation. Mado.
And there you have it, the inauguration of Second Chief Lewis Hicks and our new Principal Chief, James Floyd, as these men take over now in the Executive Office of the Muskogee Creek Nation. I want to wish them all the best. Hopefully, everyone is praying for them to lead and guide our nation, and as well as our council to the 18th session, I believe, right, Jared? The 18th session? 18th session, I believe, of the National Council. So, as we move along, I want to definitely tell you to stay up with our YouTube channel, our online channel, MCN Communications 1, or just search in there Native News Today, Muskogee Media on YouTube. It'll take you there. We're going to be talking about lots of things coming up. We'll get to introducing you to the Commission of Executive Officers that are going to be taking over different parts of the tribe, things like that. We're going to roll all that out on the YouTube channel. So stay with us on there. Stay with us right here on CW 1219 for Native News Today. For everybody here, including myself, you all have a great week. We'll see you next time.